Oh my lord. Holy... When we get into the bush here, we get the extra movement speed. In a solo queue is a special place.
Who questions my ability?
Hello there, this is Broxah from Team Liquid. Now, I have a feeling we have a lot of aspiring junglers out there who want to improve, who want to get better and climb in solo queue. And luckily for you, I am here at your service with the ultimate guide for the champion that you've all wanted to play in the jungle for so long, Yuumi. No, I'm just kidding, we're actually going to play Wukong, but it's going to be great. Wukong is a very, very powerful champion, he's easy to play, and with my advice, with my guidance, I'll be seeing you at the top in no time. So now, let's get into it. You're probably wondering, Mr. Broxah, when do I pick Wukong? How do I approach him in Champ Select? Wukong, because of his passive, is really strong against AD champions, and he counters tanks due to the armor pin on his Q. So, as long as the enemy team has any tank, any AD champion, you're always going to be fine, you're always going to be a happy little monkey. The little weakness of Wukong, his jungle clear isn't the greatest, but it's not a general problem. Keep an eye out for champions like Karthus, like Udyr, like Lilia, the champions that can peel well for their team. And I may have played him once or twice during my career. Lee Sin. He can reveal you in stealth and he can beat you 1v1. That's like the one AD champion you probably shouldn't be picking Wukong into.
I will be the best.
Wukong's rune setup is pretty standard. Honestly, there's no alternative. These are the runes you need. You're gonna need Conqueror, Triumph, Tenacity, Coop. Secondary, you're gonna want Magical Footwear, Cosmic Insight. You go attack speed, you go Adaptive Force, you get some armor, and then you're ready to rock. Now, you're gonna want a starting item. Blue is gonna help you rotate around the map faster. The movement speed can be very beneficial, but green makes you a little tankier, gives you some nice tenacity, which Wukong appreciates. The choice is yours, no matter which of the two you want, you're gonna be able to do great. The skill order when playing Wukong is you start E, you go Q, and then you get W. You always want to max Q first, it's gonna give you a lot of armor pen, which is great. Secondary, you get W, so you can get that stealth a little more often and reduce that cooldown. And at last you go for the E. For the jungle path, you have two options. Option 1, you start on your red buff, Crocs, Raptors, Wolves, Grump, Blue, and then you do Scuttle Crab. Now while clearing your jungle, you can always look for gank opportunities, but you never want to brute force ganks. With Wukong, it's about efficiency. There's an alternative to this path. It's pretty similar, but there's a slight difference. We're gonna start Raptors, then go to Crocs, then go to red buff. And once we're done with red buff, we can go for a little free gank, or we can go to our Wolves. And guess what? Do Wolves, Grump, Blue, and Scuttle Crab once again. It can be nice to be able to path to the volatile lane, but I would say for the most part, when playing Wukong, you're always going to want to start on your red side. Now after Scuttle, you can see if there's any gank options available. If there's not, you base, and then you clear your jungle again. Now, you've been a good and efficient jungler, you've behaved well on your first clear, maybe you've killed some people, and you're wondering what to buy. Divine Sundra. The only thing you care about in the early game as Wukong is getting that Divine Sundra. Because once you have that item, you're a little raid boss and you're going to take over that rift. Alongside the Divine Sundra, you're going to want either Mercs or play the Steel Caps, depending on the game. And then, you're going to want Black Cleaver. The next items are situational. After we have finished our core, we look for one-off Death Stance, Maw of Malmortius, Guardian Angel, and the Chainsword. When it comes to Wukong's combos, it's not the most fancy thing in the world, and I think most of you are going to be more than comfortable learning these. Here's the 3 that you need to know about. If you're in melee range, you go Q, E, R, W, Q, R. If you're in E range, you go E, Q, R, W, Q, R. And finally, if the opponent is very far away from you and you need a gap closer, you go W, E, Q, R, Q, R. Follow these, learn them, so now you're really good to go. The purpose of your W is to either use it as a gap closer or use it as a form of utility a way to buy more time in teamfights. You can also use it for mind games. Sometimes when an opponent starts hitting me, I press S on my keyboard, and with that my champion stops moving. The enemy assumes that I've pressed W, so they start running around looking for the Wukong in stealth. I just run to the opposite direction, still have W available. I type easy in all chat. Actually, no, I don't, because I'm a positive summoner. And then, I escape the scary situation. When playing Wukong with the combos, you can fit in auto attacks between almost every ability use, and sometimes you can save your W longer. Be flexible, be able to adapt. Oh my lord, I just failed my combo completely. Your main goal in teamfights is to be a very annoying little monkey. You want to be disruptive, you want to catch people off guard and create chaos. When the enemy team is grouped, that's pretty easy and straightforward. You jump right into them and you ult 5 people. But when they're split up, things get a little trickier, and that's where we need to be smart about our decision making. If there's a team fight where the enemy is split into 2 groups, what you want to do really depends on the game state. Let's say that your carries are ridiculously strong. You're probably going to want to stick with them and peel for them. But there could also be a different case where your team is full of dive champs, a Gnar, a Rakan, and a Kali. All of you are very strong. In that case, you're going to want to dive the enemy backline and delete them. Often you can find really good engages with Wukong, either by flanking or by clearing vision in the bush, then sneaking out with W. Your ult has 2 charges, make sure you use them well. And for those of you who are not aware, the ultimate also works on your clone. So depending on your clone's position, you can possibly knock up literally everyone in 2 different places at the same time. So keep an eye out for that clone position after you pop it. Now that we've talked about all these beautiful things, talked about Wukong, I think it's time to take this to practice. We are now loaded onto the rifts, and let's see what we can do. This is where we're starting with the red Crocs Raptors, move into top side. Make sure to always keep an eye out in the lanes. Top lane is trading pretty heavily. We should be able to look for a play in Vayne here. If he can knock her up, we can finish the kill. There it is. The power of teamwork. Perfect start for us. We can get Sheen, we can get a longsword, we can get a pink. So all we need to do now is play smart, play efficient, and snowball our lead. This Darius is a very, very aggressive player. He's literally everywhere. All over the place. Oh my lord. Holy... In a solo queue is a special place. Gragas should now be in his top jungle once again, because he path top to bot in first clear. He could look around top lane if he thinks it's a free kill, like really soon. Seems like Gragas does believe it's a free kill, so he went for the gank angle. Absolute legend. We can see that Gragas does not have red buff yet actually, so his red buff is still available. This means we can have an opportunity to invade. One thing that we need to keep in mind right now is that we're alone. Like, none of our solo lanes are here. And then we're gonna start up the herald. Wukong is really good at taking turrets as well. Like, notice in a moment here when I pop the Q. The turret is very tanky, but the Qs, they hit real hard. Both me and Cassandra get a lot of gold, a lot of resources. And this is where the monkey starts shining. We have our core item. Getting mercs seems really good in this game. They have 2 AP sources in Gragas and Aurelion, some extra CC. So let's see what we can do here. I don't have my W available. I need to wait for them to come closer. We go on Misfortune first, pop everything we got. With the power of our W and flash, we can reach Aurelion Soul. Goodbye Aurelion Soul, enjoy your grey screen. Let's base and look for the Herald. Of course, when clearing your jungle, you're going to want to use your Divine Sundra as much as possible. Drake is now up in a minute. If we end up in a 50-50 with Wukong, our Q smite is really powerful. It deals a lot of damage. Dragon secured, but there's not really much I can do. A little bit low right now. Ult is up in 10 seconds, but we just have to retreat here. Surrender vote comes in, the usual. Might have to power flash. He's still at ult. We have 2 champions that can dive with us, in Cassandra and Darius. So what we're gonna want to do in this game is get onto the enemy backline, get onto the squishies. If our team goes and starts dragon here, I can look for a flank. The fight breaks out, we look from the side. Oh my lord, I just failed my combo completely. Iron 4 Wukong gameplay. Is it enough to win the fight though? Can the Iron 4 Wukong win? I think we kill him. Yeah, we get him. But the problem is he has friends. Yeah, he has friends. Not the greatest trade of my life. Right now the main thing should just be getting the Baron. And how do we get Baron? Well, we set up deep vision in the enemy jungle and then we hit it at a good timing. Darius is just popping off, absolutely murdering everyone. You love to see it. That's one way to secure the Baron. We can go ham for a little while. I'm gonna want Death Dance next. I'll be super tanky and hard to kill in fights. Now Elder Drake is spawning. It's pretty important we get this one. I'm gonna try to sneak around the corner here. Found Misfortune. Looking for the free kill. Kill secured. Pop the W, pop the ult to slow them. And now we're gonna need our team, otherwise we're gonna be grey screened in just a moment. No one's around. They're doing Elder Drake. Darius is on the inhib. A little bit of a questionable macro play, but it worked. We take it. 30 seconds and Krakus and Alistar. Really nice binding by Lux. I think that's what we call a game-winning binding right there. And with the power of friendship and a slight bit of teamwork, not the greatest teamwork, we end up seeing a glorious victory screen. I've showed you how it's done. And now it's your time to shine. I don't care if you're playing in Masters here or in Iron 4. This champion, he's for you, he's for all of us. He's simple, he's easy, but still very exciting and fun. So, thank you so much for watching. Hope you enjoyed the video. Let us know what you thought about it in the comment section. Like, subscribe, and come back for more soon. More fun is on the way.